So essentially, what you do is you can sign documents in DocuSign, and say you have a sales team and they're doing a lot of sales contracts, you can manage all of that in our platform right here within JustPaid. So what's really powerful about JustPaid is you can essentially upload all of this stuff, and then it basically is parsed and placed in structured format. So as you see here, where you can hit Add Contract, scroll down here where you basically dive into one of our customers. So here's one of your customers. What has happened is basically you've had a sales contract signed, everything is parsed, and it's placed in structured format on the left-hand side. So here you can see what we do is we have our AI and our OCR, and that OCR basically parses all this. So you don't have to type any of this stuff in. We take any type of contract, so it could be unstructured, structured, fixed fee, usage-based, token-based, all different kinds of billing. Essentially, whatever your legal team can come up with, or you're redlining back and forth with a large customer, don't worry, we have you covered. You can bill for it in a really, really simple way. Essentially, here we also have milestone billing. So if there's milestones, so say someone hits some amount of usage or something like that, you can actually bill for it. So the platform will take care of that completely for you. So it's really powerful there. The next thing you do is you hit approve on this contract, and essentially once the contract is approved, it goes into a different state. That state basically allows you to do the invoicing. And from here, you can see this is what the the contract page looks like, where you manage everything. And the invoices are automatically generated here. So you can see here, this is where invoice generation happens. You can basically parse and look through and see all of your invoices. There's different modes. So this is draft mode. You can have auto send mode depending on the way that you set things up. So draft state means you just manually send that on your own. In auto send, it will figure out what to do, and it will just send out the invoices magically. We do also have amending contracts. So you can amend a contract in a really simple way, and then it just magically figures out how to send out the appropriate, the invoice, if it's proration or whatever type of thing. Any differences in the contract, it'll figure out, okay, this is an upsell or something else, and it will just send out those invoices. Diving in here, when you actually go in to view an invoice, you can see here, this is the invoice page. This is what the actual customer will see in their email. And, this is actually the way that a customer will pay you. So this is the invoice generation platform at work. Essentially, they'll see this, they'll make the payment. You can pay through credit card, ACH, wire, any way possible. So this is the invoice management page. So basically there's different types of, I'd call statuses or flags. Draft mode basically means you have to approve it. Pending approval means also you have to approve it. And then scheduled and sent and overdue, paid and voided. So there's several different ways you can just parse that data. Here we have invoice schedule. I really like this page. I use this. Again, JustPaid, we actually use our own product to bill our own customers, which is awesome. Anyway, I use this page all the time, and I look at all of our customers in a really quick way to see at a quick snapshot who paid us and whatnot. Reports are basically different type of reports here that you can look at. Everybody in finance loves different reports. Here's the SaaS report. Basically, there's different breakdowns here and different ways to look at the data. There are enhancements where you can just see different, I'd say, parsing of the MRR. Another report we have is the revenue recognition. Of course, a lot of people in operations loves this type of report. Here you can kind of break things down and look at things in like an accrual fashion and whatnot here. So you can kind of break it down and look at all of this data here from all of your customers and their invoices. So really powerful reporting. This is part of what we use at our own company. So we eat our own dog food at our company, which I absolutely love. Here's reconciliation. Reconciliation basically as data flows in and invoices are paid. One AI will figure out most of it on its own, but sometimes, you want to manually basically tie some money that came into an invoice. And here you can see that happening where you can look at it and just see what has flowed in and what's tied where to what invoice. So this is another powerful feature. Our AI try to make it as easy as possible so that it basically ties it together as fast as it can. AI follow-ups and reminders. This is one of my favorite things, and I think this is the future of where invoicing is going. We basically create personas of like types of people who will reach out to try to collect the revenue. One of my co-founders, Analia, we created a profile for her. This is real. We actually do this in our own product, where they basically our AI persona of Analia will go out and try to collect that revenue. We have different type of like, I'd call them like workflows, where you can basically build out these different ways to send out reminders and just ask for that revenue. What's cool is these, if someone responds and says, "Hey, can I do X, Y, and Z?" Our AI will also help follow up and try to follow up with that. Here's another report. This is the automatic reminders report, activities report. You can basically just see like what was sent and those sorts of things, like what was opened. And say a customer sends you an email and if it was opened. If you send an invoice out, if it was opened. In settings, last thing I'd just like to go over is that we have a lot of integrations. I'd say the team is experts in integrations. One of the things that we, I'll just highlight here, Salesforce. A lot of people use Salesforce. Basically, we can sync all of that data. We map it together using Salesforce. And it's a very, very powerful, I'd say, integration tool. So you could connect all of your finance tools into JustPaid, and we'll sync it for the invoicing side. Anyway, that's it from us. Thank you so much.